Hey guys, Rob's Workbench here. Thought I would just do a quick video before I have to send this back to the owner on this beautiful 2019 RG8570Z J Custom Lefty, of course. This is in the Chrysocolla blue top, or they don't really call it blue, it's just Chrysocolla, I think, right? But the funny thing is in my camera here, it is absolutely blue as blue can be. But realistically, this is a very green top. It's like a teal color, right? So it's kind of like in between, like an aqua, I would call it, right? But definitely not the blue that you are seeing right now on that screen, because that is just blue, blue, blue. But man, trust me, this is much more on the green side. Just the camera just cannot pick it up. And that's what I've always said about this particular color, is when I first saw it in pictures, I was like, this just looks like a boring old blue. But as soon as I saw this thing in person, it completely changed my mind. It is absolutely a stunning. It's probably between this one and the purple one are probably my two favorite colors for sure. In fact, I might even lean more towards this color as one of my favorites. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal guitar. You know, the J Customs are definitely a step above the Prestige. Just in, the fret work, the finish work, the inlay work, there's no flaws at all. No gaps in the inlays. Just has a beautiful rosewood, which I think have they changed over to ebony? I have to double check that, but I'm not quite sure if they're even doing rosewood anymore. So this was a 1 year only model in 2019. So this was actually a limited color, whereas the red and the brown are the two more common ones. This has the Edge Zero trem, which does get a bad rap, but this one has been neutered. the 0 point system has been removed, which is probably the worst part about these, but luckily it's a very easy removal. It's literally just 2 extra springs. You just take the springs off, and now it's in like full float mode. You get full flutter with it. The feel is very reminiscent of like an Edge Pro trem. In fact, there's a lot of points about this trem that I actually like more than the old ones, right? And probably my biggest one I love is the way that the string locks are and how you access them. You don't have to go digging way back underneath here. They're all right up front. They have these cool little T locks, which lock absolutely fantastically. They still can fall out though, so definitely want to be careful of that. I've definitely seen a lot of posts where I need another one because I can't find it. Luckily, you still can get those. This one's definitely been played. The owner of this loves this guitar. I think this might have been one of his favorites, actually. And I don't blame him. The neck on these things are absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful Ibanez neck, standard, super thin, flat D Wizard. Feels very similar, I would say, to the 652s and the 5000 series. Again, they all have pretty much a very similar profile, very similar feel. These are not stainless. These are just your standard nickel frets, but they do have that awesome J Custom semi-spherical rounding of the ends of the frets, which just make for this thing to feel absolutely phenomenal. I never have any sharp fret ends ever with this thing because there's no tang. It's hidden tang. So there's, even with shrinkage, you'll never get any issues with it. See, the other thing too that I'm kind of like iffy over the J Customs is the lack of the truss rod cover. I get they want to be clean, no plastic, yada yada. I mean, they can have a metal. They do metal plates, but my only gripe is that over the years, as you adjust this thing over the years, the nut is going to get worn, so it's going to look a little worn. But it is what it is. If you pull apart you take apart any one of these, you're going to have a nut that, as long as it's been adjusted over the years, it's going to be a little bit worn. But it is what it is, right? But absolutely wonderful guitar. If you can get your hands on one of these, I definitely recommend it. The prices on these haven't been terrible. The purple one's the one that really goes crazy as far as the price. But I think even in the used market, I think these are still under $3. I think these were, I want to say they're like $3,300 new. So they really haven't diminished significantly. There was a time when they were like down to like the $2,500 to $2,000 range, but I think they've come back up a little bit because people are kind of realizing how just how good these are. But yeah, if you can get one for at that price range, yeah, I would jump on it. It's absolutely fantastic. You do Tone Zone, Air Norton, True Velvet, very common. Pretty much all of these have that. Which, I mean, again, it's a great combo. I just kind of wish Ibanez would change it up a little bit every once in a while and try some different combinations. I mean, obviously they put in like Fishmans and stuff in Prestiges now, but as far as DiMarzios, they belong in Ibanez. I'm not a big fan of the Fishmans. I think passive is the way to go with these. But yeah, I mean, DiMarzio just makes so many different types, different flavors, that it would be nice to see them change it up. But other than that, yeah, I mean, these things are just absolutely fantastic. The back on them is just stunning. Amazing chatoyance in there. See, I got the adjustment system, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it's a mahogany body. You can just tell right about the grain. Absolutely wonderful. Definitely recommend one of these guys. All right, guys, take care.